You got a whole lot of new money though. Raindrop, drop top, smoking no fluke in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, dot. Cooking up dope in the pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't turn nobody with the trick, nobody. All of the gang and they coming to gang. Find me a river to do with my shit.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday out there. Welcome to a new week, the last week of September. Do you remember the 25th, the last week of September? We appreciate you guys hanging out with us for your afternoon Betspresso. It's just me and Shagster today. My name is Sweatpant Jesus.
And I'm Shaggy Bets.
Ooh, let's fucking go. This is brought to you by WhoChat, bettingnews.com. Go to bettingnews.com, read a little bit about everything on the slate tonight. Shaggy actually dove back into the MLB lab. I have some props for you guys that we're going to talk about for Monday Night Football. We actually have a piece today about the odds for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce to maintain their relationship. So that is actually something that you can bet on at betonline.com right now. So yeah, we appreciate you guys. What's up, Landon? We missed you, buddy. We missed you over the weekend. We got to see you for a second, but then you left. So
many goats in chat already. We got Hovey on the Jimmy Graham call. We got Jacindu in here. Let's go.
Dude, Hovey, congratulations.
Oh my gosh. Brother. Yeah. Jimmy Graham.
Call of the century. Easy money. You made Betalytics a shit ton of money on that call. That was spectacular. Well done, sir. If you guys missed it, Hovey came on Gridiron Gang yesterday and dropped. He liked Jimmy Graham for a touchdown. Betalytics found the odds at plus 5,000 for him to score the first touchdown, and he did score the first touchdown. So shout out Hovey, shout out you guys, and also what's up, Gerald? Hello. This is brought to you, like I said, by Betting News. You guys are listening to us on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube, on the podcast version of this episode. We appreciate you guys, however you are consuming this content, for hanging out with us today for this beautiful Monday slate. Talking 2 Monday Night Football games. We got some baseball that we're going to dive into. It's going to be a fun day. We're excited that you guys are hanging out with us. Let me just want to read this real quick. Worst hangover my entire life Saturday morning. Those are the worst, dude. You know, like when you had a really good time and you wake up the next morning and you immediately regret all of the decisions that you've made. They do. I hate that. So hopefully you had some Pedialyte and you're feeling better today.
My worst hangovers, I don't know if you guys do this. My legs just feel weak, like just walking around the house. Like I can't do it. It's rough. Yeah, I don't get super bad headaches, but like just my legs, dude. I don't know. I don't get it.
Just wait. This is where me being 5 or 6 years older than you. Just wait till you get to 30 or 31, brother. They start to hit real different at that point.
It'll be worse.
Say. Oh, the head pounding there's nothing like it. Yeah, we got 14 more weeks of football, baby. Hovey. We want all the winners. Can't wait to see you next Sunday when you drop in the Gridiron Gang. I might honestly, I did not tail the Jimmy Graham one, but I will be tailing whatever touchdown play you have for us next weekend. So it's just not hitting, unfortunately, but I want to tail it anyway. All right, so we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Like I said, just me and Shaggy today. It's always fun when he and I are together. But you guys are going to get to watch us banter today, which we know that you guys are excited for this action. We're going to do a little bit of a recap of the weekend in case you missed it. Talk about some of the biggest stories from the weekend. Just kind of go through a couple of things. If you guys were living under a rock, if you were super hungover like Landon was and you missed out on some stuff, we're going to dive into some news and kind of talk about it moving forward. And then we're going to dive into Monday Night Football, talk about each game. Shaggy wrote about the Rams-Bengals game. I have a play in that game. And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Buccaneers-Eagles game. I have a play in that one as well. And then we're going to cook a lotto on Bovada, actually. We're going to make a lotto on Bovada for you guys, cook it up with you guys in the chat. So drop your favorite plays while we are rolling. And then we will cook up something with both of these games tonight. And baseball. Don't forget the baseball.
There is some baseball out there. Let me just put that in the chat real quick because I want to speak on it.
Go and read what Shaggy's scribbles were about the diamond, because there are some surgical plays in there. I did peep the scribbles. So, all right, so let's dive in. Let's look at the. Is it Snellzilla Day?
It's definitely
Snellzilla Day. We love to see it. All right, let's look at a little weekend review, a little recap in case you missed it. Number one, first up, Colorado gets blown out and has USC this week, and they are minus 22 or plus 22 on the spread right now against USC. That's the best line right now on Bovada or also DraftKings as well. But Colorado got their asses handed to them in Eugene. You called it. Good call, man. It was always the Quack Ducks.
The Ducks never The Ducks by 3 touchdowns was so easy. I should have put more on it. But yeah,
it's okay.
I mean, I don't want to say Colorado got exposed, but like they played a really good Oregon football team without their best defensive back and wide receiver, and it showed.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Travis Hunter being there would have really made a difference, to be
honest
with you, man.
You know, I don't think it would have made a difference in the cover either. He would have helped because they struggled, man. Shitter Sanders got sacked plenty. He did not throw the ball as much as I expected him to for as many yards. They did not have much success on either side of the ball at all. The Ducks ran all over him. It was all Oregon.
So we've discussed this Colorado hype since week 1, pretty much, or week 0. And we have. Yeah, I saw a really funny meme of, you know, the guy that's like holding his girlfriend's hand and you see somebody walk, like the other girl walk by and he's like, and it's the meme of that.
Oh yeah.
The girlfriend's hand he's holding is Dion, and the girl that he's looking at is Taylor Swift.
Absolutely.
And it said the NFL right now, which was fantastic.
Yo, we got
ESPN.
We got a sub bank from Adam. Shout out Adam.
Let's go.
He's got a little first TD lay for us. And one in each game. It's Devontae Smith and Tyler Boyd, almost plus 19,000 on FanDuel.
Wow.
Adam, best
first
of luck
TD.
to you. First TD. Yeah, parlay. Devontae Smith and Tyler Boyd.
I like that. So, the Tyler Boyd one. If you have a second, Adam, in the chat, drop the reasoning for that one. I can see the Devonta Smith one, but I want to hear.
I saw Chelly's on Tyler Boyd too. So
okay, cool.
I kind of like that.
If sneaky. Burrow, it's going to depend on if Burrow plays, which is still up in the air. We'll find out. But yeah, we were talking about this Colorado team, and they got exposed. They got found out, and I mean, now we're going to know how good this team actually is. We're going to find out if they're actually legit or if they were just riding the hype train. I mean, they're going to be the talk of the season no matter what now. It doesn't matter anymore. But we're going to legit find out if they're actually a good football team after dealing with some adversity, getting their asses fucking kicked. And this is the game that happened. We did say that was going to happen at some point, and this was the one.
No, we knew those first 3 games. After getting past TCU, we learned, okay, they're legit. TCU's not as good as everybody expected them to be. Colorado's, all right, they've got some talent. They went in, handled business against Nebraska. Okay, they're legit. Against Colorado State, obviously Travis Hunter got hurt in that game, but they didn't cover. And everyone was still, they did have a fantastic comeback, won that game, divisional rivalry game, stormed the fucking field. But then they go on the road against Oregon, a legit opponent. We knew these 2 weeks, Oregon, USC, were going to really prove to us what this Colorado football team's about. It sucks that we didn't really get to see the full strength. But yeah, I mean, and I don't want to take anything away from Oregon as well, because Oregon's good. They're in the top 10 for a reason. Probably going to win that Pac-12 conference. So if they can get by USC, but the Ducks are good football team. Absolutely.
We were texting about it, and this was the first time they faced a legit opponent, and it showed. They got spanked. I mean, they got real spanked. I do think that this, like we said, if they beat USC at home, then they can storm the field appropriately.
Absolutely, 100%. As a 3 touchdown dog, for sure you can storm the field. You're more than welcome,
field, baby.
3 touchdown favorite.
Just real quick before we move on, do you have an initial thought on this game? We're going to talk about it later this week, but do you have a lean already?
One point I wanted to make was just, Colorado's getting all this hype in the media, and I think it was a little unfair just because people really didn't know what to expect. You have all this FCS talent and a new coach coming to an FBS program, and there's no film to study. There's no footage of this team together. You saw them at Jackson State, but And so people really didn't know what to expect. And I think after the TCU win, we saw them beat the national runner-up. TCU is obviously not that caliber team this year. Okay, this team's good. Let's hype them up. They're legit. And I think it was a big overreaction, especially after they handled business against Nebraska. And now it's kind of feels like it's swaying the other way. They're frauds. And it's like, well, they weren't ever... In my opinion, they didn't have enough evidence to ever be legit in the first place. You know what I mean? That's why I don't want to say they got exposed. I don't want to call them frauds because I just don't think they were ever as good as the media expected them to be. Just based off the Deion Sanders Hunter hype,
Yeah. We talked about it before that it's all about the story, right? It's all about the hype around the story. But at the end of the day, it's all about what happens on the field. And we only watched a couple of games. We're going to find out about this team over the next 4 or 5 weeks. And that was a good test this Saturday. There's going to be another one this coming Saturday, et cetera, et cetera. So,
initial lean, I do think USC kind of blows them out. The total at 73.5 is crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's what we saw the Oregon total at too. That was 72.5. The spread's very similar as well. So books are kind of expecting a similar game. Obviously we didn't see that total get anywhere near 72 with Colorado not scoring. I would probably lean with USC laying the points here. I think they're legit. Caleb Williams is obviously Caleb Williams. So definitely Oregon's defense is way better. So I would lean with probably USC laying the points. My opinion, my best bet in this game might turn towards the over later in the week, though.
I don't have an opinion, but I'm excited to hear us talk more about this game as the line shifts around this week and as there's more and more hype around this game. This is a good point. We're going to talk about this in just a second too.
Yeah, we'll get there. Don't worry. It's not happening this week, Landon. Sorry.
Not today, because Shaggy's going to be gone this weekend.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk about some NFL action. Wacky Sunday. Very wacky Sunday. Lots of crazy results that happened on Sunday. First up, the Dolphins scored 70 points on the Broncos. They put up a 70 burger, which was insane. I don't know if you've seen this today. If you guys have seen this scrolling around, obviously, if you missed it, they scored 70 points. They pulled their starters in I don't think it was the end of the third quarter, and they still scored 2 more touchdowns. There's been some rumors floating around that apparently some NFL GMs got questioned whether or not they thought that they ran the score up, and they said that they thought it was a little bit disrespectful. What do you think? Do you think that it was disrespectful that they scored 70 points even though they pulled the starters at the middle of the third quarter, or do you think that they were right to keep pouring it on?
This is professional sports. Pour it on. I mean, we're not talking about little league or high school or even college. We were talking about grown men who play this game for a living. If you don't want someone scoring on you, stop them. It is that simple. The other argument is no, they absolutely didn't run up the score because they could have set the NFL record and kicked the field goal at the end. Instead, Mike McDaniel knelt the ball on 4th and whatever and just gave the ball back to the Broncos with time left on the clock. So absolutely not. I do not think they ran up the score, especially with pulling the starters like they did. If they left Tua out there middle of the fourth quarter, I'd be questioning it, especially with his injury history. But no, I do not think they did anything close to running up the score.
I did not even look at that score and go, wow, I feel so bad for the Broncos.
No,
these guys are getting paid millions of dollars to play football. Like you said, which is the most important point of this entire conversation, McDaniels pulled the starters. Right. Like, I want to say it was at the end of the third quarter. Maybe someone in chat might know exactly. I didn't look exact. I just saw Mike White throw a touchdown to Robbie Chosen / Robbie Anderson. Achane, the running back for the Dolphins, who had just the monstrous day of all time, had another run for like 60 yards for a touchdown. Like he did everything he's supposed to do. Like they just poured it on early and they just didn't stop, but then pulled the starters and said, all right, guys, go out there, just keep playing. Yeah. And they
did play the whole fourth quarter or the whole third quarter. I'll say that. They played the whole third quarter, but it was 56-13. I think that's appropriate. I mean, I think that's fine. You don't want to leave anything up to chance. So
these guys still have a job to do. They still have reps that they have to get. They still have plays that they have to make. And the backups, when they go in, you can't just say, oh, throw a bunch of slants and screens and shit. Like
backups are playing for their roles. Yeah.
They got to put stuff on tape. They got to make it sure that it's like that people that people keep their jobs, that they're doing their jobs, especially. It's up to the Broncos to fucking stop them, and they just couldn't do that this weekend.
They did with Mike White. His first drive, they made him go 3 and out. And then he came back and scored 2 touchdowns. So.
Probably because Mike McDaniels walked over to him and he was like, Mike, let's talk about this. You want to keep your job? Let's go score some fucking touchdowns, buddy.
Right.
And they went out and they scored some fucking touchdowns. Also, some of those plays that they made in the beginning of that game were nasty, dude. I don't know if you guys saw some of the, like, there was like a pitch. It was a fake handoff RPO, fake pitch to the outside, and then he
shoveled it back in,
shoveled it
with his right hand. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was nasty, dude.
That was nasty.
That was some Mahomes, Andy Reid type shit.
The Dolphins' offense is electric, and they're so fun to watch.
They might be the best team in football. Not gonna lie.
They might be. I want to say one thing while we're talking about the Dolphins. I saw this tweet today, and I can't believe I didn't think of it myself. I am so excited. I was so excited after 2-3 weeks of play. Oh, I get to go watch the Kansas City Chiefs play the Miami Dolphins in a Kansas City Chiefs home game. And guess where that fucking game is? It's in Frankfurt, Germany. The best game of the NFL season. I'm going to be on my honeymoon, so.
Okay.
The best game in the NFL season, and you move it to Germany. I mean, yeah, they couldn't have really seen it coming, but.
That game is going to be electric city.
Insane. Dude. At 6 a.m.
Oh, I don't care. Immediately wake up, beer in the lips. Let's go. The Germans go nuts, dude. And there's actually, I lived in Germany for 3.5 years. There's actually a massive NFL following in Germany. You wouldn't think so, but there is a big NFL following there.
No, and it's great for the NFL. I love that they're, moving.
I see your point,
games
though.
Over. You're right, but it's like, come on, man.
Honey, change of plans. The honeymoon's in Germany. Edelweiss. Exactly. All right, moving on. Yeah, but overall, the Broncos just sucked ass, and they deserve to get beat by 70 or by whatever the fuck, 50 points. This
is professional sports. This is not Little League. And even in college, come on.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going to spend too much time on this next one. I just want to bring this up to you guys. So as you know, I've bet on the Titans for the first 3 weeks of the season. Did pretty well the first 2 weeks. This last week, I got my soul destroyed because the Titans got their asses handed to them by the Browns. I will not be betting on the Tennessee Titans this week. Not because I don't necessarily think I don't mind going back to a team after I get burned. It's not about that. It's about that I don't know. And when you don't know, you don't force it and just blindly bet your team. So just so you guys know, full transparency, unless something wacky happens near the end of this week and I feel really good about this line, I'm not going to bet the Titans this week. They got their asses handed to them in Cleveland yesterday, and that's okay. So that's just a little SBJ point for you guys.
Why am
just
I
so you guys know, I don't
that on the board.
Probably because the Bengals haven't played yet.
Oh, duh! Right, that's right.
Yeah. So they play the Bengals next week. Bengals haven't played yet for Monday Night Football, so I will not be. Yeah, Titans +3, easiest bet of your life. Yeah, facts. Yeah, I'm proud of you. Thank you. It's. I mean, it is what it is. There are times that you should bet with your heart and you think your team's winning and you look really smart. And then there are times that you have to just kind of go, you know what? There's other games out there that need my attention. And the Titans Bengals is not one of them this week. So I'm going to sit this one out.
I didn't know about the Chiefs this weekend. I didn't bet on them. I fucking should have.
Exactly. You should have, dude. You fucking should have. Fucking Bears. Jesus Christ. They might be the worst team in football.
It's okay. I got on plenty of anytime touchdown lives. So we're good.
Speaking of your Chiefs, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are officially a couple. If you guys missed this yesterday, in case you missed it, Travis Kelce and the Chiefs blew the Bears out yesterday. Sorry, Chef. Sorry, Paul. You guys
blew them out of the water.
Blown out early and often yesterday. It wasn't as bad as the Broncos, but it was pretty similar. But the biggest news from that game was the fact that Taylor Swift was in attendance, sitting in the Kelce's suite. It's all but been confirmed that they're a couple. I mean, I don't know what other evidence you need besides, other stuff. But they even left the game together. It's either the most incredible PR stunt of all time or they're legit hanging out and doing stuff. So good for the game. Good for him. I mean, good for all around. I think in general, he gained 300,000 Instagram followers in a week. He gained more followers by dating Taylor Swift than winning the Super Bowl.
Swifties are crazy. Crazy.
Nuts.
Nuts.
But I mean, it is funny because she's met some moms before, so meeting the mom was not. I just think it's going to be very interesting how this all plays out because it's so public. It's so in the public eye.
It's so public. It's all anyone's talking about. I mean, they just got to shake it off. There's no bad blood between them, and it was a cruel summer. As Kelce was single, but she was enchanted, and Kelce's a fearless guy. But did
you say that pun on purpose? Did that one go over your own head?
I have a list of Taylor Swift songs I'm looking at right now, bro.
That's wonderful.
No, dude.
So good.
Like you said, it's all in the public eye. It's all anyone's ever going to talk about. So we better just hop on the train and get used to it. It's funny though. He's, they're both what? They're in their early 30s. He's been this eligible bachelor for a while now. And she might be looking to settle down. Kansas City's a good spot to do that. So,
I mean, they both have likable personalities.
She doesn't, thankfully. She likes me better.
Oh, thank God. They both have likable personalities. It seems like that, this is one of those situations where because they are both so in the public eye, I don't think that they would have gone this public at this particular point had they already not established like, all right, we're hanging out, we're doing stuff.
Right.
Is this going somewhere rather than just fucking around? Like that would be terrible for everything. Yeah. So we'll see. We shall see. But you guys can also check out, like I said, one of our writers did a piece on it, and you can bet on it at Bet Online. So go check it out at bettingnews.com. You can go read a little bit about some background and looking about, dating history and stuff. It's just fun.
I want to say, I think it's also good for the Chiefs to have another female character in the spotlight take a little media off of Brittany. She gets so much unfair attention from them. So I think it's nice that people are talking about there's another female in the Chiefs world that people are discussing. So
I did actually have the thought in the back of my head. I was like, I wonder how she's going to take that because I mean, she ain't no Taylor Swift, let's be honest. But imagine being the one girl that gets talked about all the time. And then this other girl comes in.
I think it's good. I've met her a couple of times. She's nice. She's very down to earth.
Have you really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I worked for the Current, she's co-owner of the Kansas City Current. So.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. No, wow, I met her and Patrick a couple of times. They're super cool. But no, she's very sweet, very nice lady, very normal. Very very unfairly portrayed from the media. So I don't think she's got like a big head or an ego about this at all. And again, I think she's probably grateful that some attention's kind of off her.
Wait, so you're saying that the media blew something out of proportion that they didn't mean to? That's so shocking,
right?
That's wild that you should say such things.
Insane take by me.
Insane in the membrane. All right, I saved the best for last. The Cardinals aren't that bad? Question mark. The Arizona Cardinals beat the Dallas Cowboys yesterday as 12.5. I think it was 12.5, somewhere around 12.5 or 13-point underdogs at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Got the job done. They didn't need the points. They won outright. And Shaggy and I got into a discussion about. Yeah, I know, Landon. Sorry, buddy. Your Cardinals are that bad. Shaggy and I got into it's not a heated discussion. Shaggy and I don't get into heated discussions, but it turned into a little bit of a conversation about how I was saying that the Arizona. We were chatting. I was saying that the Arizona Cardinals are not that bad. Now, the Arizona Cardinals suck. They are probably going to be one of the worst 5 or 6 teams in the NFL this season. However, the point I was making was this team is not that bad. They have a decent roster put together. They are playing hard for their coach. Josh Dobbs is actually a pretty good a pretty good quarterback. Might be a little underrated. Might actually win a starting job if he plays like this the rest of the season. This team is not that bad. I mean, they proved it yesterday. The Cowboys sucked yesterday. They were awful. But the Cardinals took advantage. And I think that they are going to do that with a few other teams this year. And I do not think that this team, I would much rather take the Arizona Cardinals right now rather than the Chicago Bears right now. I stand on that. I will continue to stand on that. Give me the Arizona Cardinals.
I'll stand on that with you. I will take the Arizona Cardinals right here, right now, over the Chicago Bears as well. But that does not make them not that bad. They're both bad. Both of them. We're not arguing if they're not the worst team in football. We're arguing, are they that bad or are they not that bad? And they are definitely a bottom 5 team in football. Easily, probably a bottom 3 team in football, top to bottom.
All right, so
how many wins do you think we can agree upon for me to claim that the Arizona Cardinals are not that bad? How many wins do you think they need this season?
All right, so their schedule, they obviously have to play the Niners.
They play the Niners, the Rams, and the Seahawks all twice. They play they host Baltimore, they go to Cleveland, they host Atlanta, they go to Houston, they go to Pittsburgh, they go to Chicago, and they go to Philly.
I think they win 6 games.
Okay.
I think they beat the Houston Texans.
They win 5 more games. Okay, Texans.
So they've already got 1 win, right?
They got 1 win. Beat the Cowboys.
They got 1. Beat the Cowboys. I think they beat the Texans.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I think that they I think that they win one of those divisional games, probably the Seahawks at home.
Okay, so just one of those divisional games.
I think they lose in Seattle. They not beating the Niners. There's no fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the other team in their division? I just forgot.
The Rams.
The Rams. They're beating the Rams at home.
Okay, you think they're beating the Rams
at home? I think they lose away, but I think they beat them at home.
So you think they do go 2-4 in their division, though?
2-4 in the division.
All right, that's 4 total wins.
And then I think they beat Atlanta at home. The Falcons
beat Atlanta. Okay, and then what about at Chicago? Is that another
they
win
beat
for
Chicago.
Okay, so Chicago. 6 wins.
There's 6. So I think they win 6 games. And I mean, okay, so we talked about when we talked about this conversation last time, we talked about the Texans, and I said that they were worse, and they fucking drubbed the Jags, which goes into my narrative that the Jags are not that good too, which made me feel good. But I don't know. I think what was your poll result? Because I know you posted this poll.
I know. So I got 27 votes. And 52% said not that bad, and 48% said indeed that bad, which proves my theory that Twitter is full of a bunch of fucking idiots. No, I love you people. Thank you for voting on my poll. But dude, okay. I don't know about. So you think 5 more wins, 6 total for the season?
Do you disagree with any of those possible wins? All of those wins on paper is very much so winnable games. I don't think this team is going to do anything of substantial actual action this year. They are just going to be a team that is going to play football games and is trying to win as much as possible. They're not going to try to win this division. They're not going to try to do anything more than that. However, I think that they're good. I don't think that they are atrocious. I don't think I would much rather take this roster and this situation right now in that locker room than the Bears. 100%. Give me that.
Yeah. Especially with what the Bears have with the coaching situation going on. But here, all right, let me show you. Here is the Arizona Cardinals' next 6 weeks of football. They go to San Francisco. They host the Bengals. They go to LA.
Okay.
They go to Seattle.
Okay.
They host Baltimore, and then they go to Cleveland. I think it's
those are all probably
possible.
All losses.
I think it's very possible they lose all 6 of those games, are looking at 1-7, which is already a gift to them. And I think they kind of fall apart. At that point, I think they fall apart. And then you want Caleb Williams, right? Because the other point I have about the Cardinals are indeed that bad. They don't know how to tank properly.
That's true.
If you're going to tank for Caleb Williams, who's going to be this great guy, you got to lose all your games. That's a Dallas Cowboys team that's probably going to make a good playoff push. No one bats an eye if you lose that game. But if you're planning on taking, you got to tank. Come on, Cardinals. Can't even do that right.
Hey, Parlay Patty, this is a good point, brother, because I was saying to you, Shag, and this is interesting because Josh Dobbs played for the Titans at the end of the season last year, so I got a pretty good look at this guy. Hasn't had a proper opportunity at any NFL level, kind of been a journeyman, did some nice stuff for the Titans in the season, almost took him to the playoffs. And he's looking all right. in this Cardinals offense. The guy's putting the ball where it needs to be. All right, now he's just fucking around. Don't do that. He's not a world beater, right? But I think that if he plays like this for the rest of the season, he might win a starting job somewhere. I mean, look at Geno Smith. Everyone thought Geno Smith fucking sucked, and now he's got a substantial, nice job in Seattle. Look at what Baker Mayfield's doing, which we talk about Monday Night Football in just a few minutes. Obviously, different story in comparison, but I don't know. I just we're not going to yell at each other. Like, we don't really do that on this show. But we do still disagree on that, and that's fine. That's okay. We still love each other, and it's all good. But the point I was making, and I think that this is something that is true in a lot of situations. Any given Sunday, anybody can win, but this team is not that bad. Here's a good point before we move on. This will be the last time we talk about this for the time being. Writing down Arizona 6 wins. All right, Vital. I see you. Come back to me when they got 6 wins at the end of the season. I'm waiting. Really, I'm just waiting for the Jags to suck for another couple weeks before I drop my takes that they were not that good. I'm just waiting because I don't want them to shit on me. Here's a good question for you.
Mm-hmm.
No. Would you take the Cardinals or the Broncos right now?
Gosh.
Right? Right? You would be laughing in my face if I asked you this 5 days ago. Yet here we are.
Yeah. I would probably still go with the Broncos, just coaching, quarterback, and overall talent-wise on the roster. They clearly got to figure some things out, but I mean, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims are definitely better than any of the Arizona receivers. Maybe not Mims over Hollywood Brown, but and then even Russell Wilson in his advanced stage. He's still. I think he's definitely got a higher ceiling than Dobbs. And we know Sean Payton's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and Jonathan Gannon's in his first season as a head coach. So I would probably take the Broncos. It's tough with their schedule, looking ahead, being in that AFC West. But, I'd probably still take the Broncos.
I don't know, to be very honest. They look.
That is a tough one, though. You're right. That would have been a no-brainer a few weeks ago. But
it just goes to show you that one game does not describe your season.
Mm-mm.
This is also we're still in September. September football means jack shit.
Right.
At the end of the day, but you get beat by fucking 50 points and put up and allow the other team to put up 70 points. It's worth a conversation. Wow, if you are the worst team in football. But anyway, all right, we'll digress. We won't talk about that anymore. I can't wait to talk about the Arizona. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So I'm looking at net yards per play on the Arizona Cardinals and the teams they have played. So
okay.
The Arizona Cardinals actually lead all 4 of those teams in yards per play with half a yard net per play. They 5.8 yards per play on offense, 5.3 on defense. Dallas Cowboys are next, obviously, with 0.2 net yards per play. And I will say the Cardinals also got a Dallas Cowboys team that had just lost their best D-back in that week. They were scrambling. Defensive players were shifting around. I know, right? I know. Anyways,
playing the tiniest violin of all time for you.
The first 2 weeks, they play the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants. Both teams negative net yards per play. We didn't, obviously we expected that, but the Washington Commanders, 0.6 net yards per play, negative 0.6 yards per play. The Giants, negative 1.3, almost worst in the league besides the Denver Broncos. I don't think Arizona has played enough competition for us to say that they are not that bad. Let's leave it at that.
Fair enough. Abida wants us to hug, so let's hug.
Oh, this way. Digital hug.
Okay.
Digital hug.
Digital hug. Digital hug. Burrow is playing. We have breaking news. We have a breaking news. Adam report. Joe Burrow is playing tonight.
How long does he last?
How good does he look? Because he's looked pretty bad first couple weeks when he's been nursing that injury.
Burrow expected to play. All right, sportsbooks. How much does he have to play for you to not give me a refund?
Oh, then separate conversation. Okay, so let's let's dive into these games in just a second. Last point on this Cardinals conversation, then we'll move on. I see what you're saying. I mean, before the Commanders got blown the fuck out by the Bills, we were actually talking about this. This team decent, right? That ship might have sailed,
and that's why I bet the 6.5 on him.
Yeah, you got the under, thank God.
And Allen interception. We love it.
There you go. Nice, love to see it. The other thing, what's up, V? What's up? The other thing about that was the Giants are not that good either, and they, we'll text you the lot, Orlando. We got you.
Gotcha.
I mean, the Giants are the Giants, but they were up 28-0. They just threw that game away.
Right.
So anyway, enough on the Cardinals.
You could definitely argue that the Cowboys lost that game more than the Cardinals won it, I think.
I don't want again. Oh no, I don't want to do it again.
Get out of here.
I watched most of the game. I mean, it was on Red Zone, but I mean, it was going off because it was in the later window. That game was the one that was happening the most. But let's leave it. Let's put a cap in it. Put a lid on it. I am now honorarily for the rest of this season an Arizona Cardinals fan. That's honorarily my secondary team now. Besides, I'm usually a Bears fan because my dad's a Bears fan, but I can't do that this year. So
I'll give you, what did we say? You said 5 more wins. See, the thing is, I think they get swept in their division. I think they go 0-6 facing those teams. And you think they win too. All right.
You want to are we friendly wagering? Is that what's happening?
I think we're friendly wagering. Okay. How about the Arizona Cardinals? You'll take the over 1.5 divisional wins. Let's just leave it in division. Are you okay with that?
No, I want the 6 wins. I think they win 6 games. Yeah.
All right, fuck it. I'll give you 5.5.
Okay. So you're going to go under 5.5, and I'm going over 5.5.
Let me see. Can I bet their win total?
What's their live win total?
Why didn't we even start there?
That would have been a good point. Whoever planned this show was not doing it.
What are we talking about? Why can't
I? Sometimes things come up that we can't plan. So, what do you guys think in chat? Do you guys think the Cardinals are winning 6 games, or do you think they're going under 5.5? The line's probably 3 or 3.5.
It was 3.5 to start the season.
Wow, what is it now?
I can't find it actually.
Damn it! Anybody in chat know?
If anyone knows
the over under for the Arizona Cardinals.
Can I do it live win total?
It's got to still be 3.5. Just because they won 1 game doesn't mean this shit's going crazy.
4.5.
Yeah, for plus money.
Over 4.5 at -140 on DK and MGM.
So DK, they're giving him some juice to win 5 games. See, I think they get 1 more in there.
Okay,
give me the 5.5.
Okay, I'll give you 5.5. We'll just even money. Call it even.
Friendly wager between Shaggy and SPJ. I'm going over 5.5. Shaggy's going under 5.5.
Under.
Would you take the over 4.5? Would you pay the juice man on that?
No, because I think they get swept in the division. So that's where I think that extra game might come in, is if they can beat Seattle at home and then sneak one against the Rams at home.
Watch them beat the Niners, dude. All hell will break loose. All hell will break loose. Vital's going under. No, it's okay. It's all right. We can disagree around here, guys. It's all how it goes, man.
I might take a week. You gotta say, I'm gonna take a week off if they beat the Niners.
Dude, if this team ends up becoming like this team this year, and I'm on this train right now, I am so here for it, bro. I'm so here for it. Anyway,
I'm not a bad team to be part of.
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
All right, let's talk about these games tonight, because we've got 2 games of actual football that are happening this evening to round out week 3, Monday Night Football, doubleheader back again. Hopefully these doubleheaders have no ferocious, terrible injuries like we saw last week for Nick Chubb. Oh, real quick, also, if you guys saw this, but Nick Chubb's initial injury news was really positive. He tore his MCL, only partially tore his ACL, no surgery required. The guy will be playing football again in 6 to 8 months. Like, if you believe in prayer, vibes, whatever, like, that guy got him for that.
Got him. For sure.
He got him. So good job. I can't wait to watch Nick Chubb play football next year. That's all I got to say. All right. So these games tonight, first one up will be the Eagles Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. This Buccaneers team 2-0, really interesting team, really interesting Baker Mayfield situation. Scooby loves it too.
They're doing so good. Come on, boys.
Go. I can't. I'm not going to bring that comment up, Alec. But yeah, I you really think so? I know you're a fan, but so the Eagles and the Bucks 2-0, Eagles 2-0. What is your? I know you don't have a super big read on this game. I know you covered the other game a little bit more. So I will. I'll talk about my first play in this game that I liked a lot. I don't have a side here. I don't know. Really don't know. It's going to be tough to kind of pick out which side I like in this one. But for me, I really like Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions. I got it at plus 100 earlier today. I wrote about this as well on Betting News. You guys can go peep the scribbles if you want. Shaggy's going away to deal with the puppies, which is fine. Give me Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions. I like his receiving yards too, if you want to take that line. But I like the receptions. Now, the thing about this is that Baker Mayfield has actually been targeting Mike Evans the most this season. He's had 10 targets and 8 targets the first 2 weeks of the season, 6 catches in both of those games to start. So he obviously hit this 4.5 number. The Eagles, while they do have a good defense, is 31st in the pass department. We saw what happened last week against the Vikings. On Thursday Night Football, Kirk Cousins had 364 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. Now, Baker Mayfield probably not going to have that type of performance against the Eagles like Cousins did last week. However, this Eagles secondary is not amazing. They're dealing with some injuries. They're not putting everything together. The weather might be an issue. I do not know the answer to that, Vital. Can we get a weather report from you, Alec? I know you're down in Florida. I don't know exactly what the weather situation is down in Tampa Bay right now. Might be something worth looking into, but that's why I kind of lean a little bit more with Evans, even more on that front. With the over 4.5, he's got, like I said, six catches week 1 and week 2, 10 targets week 1, 8 targets week 2 for plus money. Really like this play. He's obviously taking the top off typers. I got plus 100 earlier.
Okay. Oh yeah.
It's beautiful in the Bay. Let's go. I love this play. I really like this a lot. I like the ladder too. Maybe not the yards, although I could see him getting 100 today. This Eagles secondary is not very good. They've been exposed a little bit, and I don't know if that's something that is a temporary issue that will get resolved, or if it's something that could be a bigger problem for this team moving forward. But like I was saying, when you were gone, we saw what happened with the Eagles last week. Kirk Cousins diced them up for 364 and 4 touchdowns. I think that there's going to be opportunities for Evans here. Oh, James, he's back tonight. Okay, that helps for sure. Bradbury's back. That helps for sure. I just like everybody was out on Evans because, yeah, Chef literally woke up this morning and said Mike Evans is going off, and I agree with you, Chef. I think he's going to have a good game. Everyone was out on Evans this year, basically saying he's going to suck, Baker Mayfield's going to suck, and Mayfield's been throwing him the football. Again, it's been 2 weeks, so let's see what happens tonight. But I like this play. I like the 4.5. Give me the 4.5 for plus chicky.
Boom.
Bang.
Yeah.
Did you have any other thoughts about this game, or do you want to move on to talk about the Bengals and the Bengals? And the
no, I didn't really look into this one. It'll be interesting to see. Ooh, it just moved to 5.5 in front of my very eyes on Bovada. Buccaneers. Oh, back up to 6, and it's moving.
Back the other way.
Back the other way. So yeah, no, I don't have much of an opinion. I don't think the Bucks went out right, but it wouldn't surprise me if they backdoor cover. So I'm staying off of this game regardless.
Yeah, same. I like the props. That was about it in this one. People sleep on Godwin. I agree with you. His over 5.5 receptions looked enticing to me, but I went with Evans just for, and this is a good look too here. If you wanted to roll with this from Adam Baker Mayfield, pass attempts. They're going to be throwing the football a lot.
Oh yeah.
So I like that play a bunch. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the other game, which I know you wrote about. So I'll let you kind of dive into that one first, and then I'll talk about my favorite play, which I had 2 units on. Oh dear God. The Rams, the Los Angeles Rams, rolling into Cincinnati to take on the Bengals, and it just got confirmed that Joe Burrow is playing in this game. So the Burr man is back. Shag, what are your thoughts? What did you write about for this one?
I did some scribbling on this Super Bowl rematch. Joe Burrow's in. I didn't necessarily expect that, especially with the signing of AJ McCarron, but he's gonna at least give it a go. We'll see how he is, but he's clearly not going to be 100%. Just like this Bengals team definitely hasn't been in 2 weeks of football. They have been less than impressive. Granted, they had two tough divisional games to start off the season. Now they host the Rams at home. 3.5-point favorites is what I'm seeing the line at right now. Wow. Did I get a terrible number on that under? I did. I got a terrible number on the under. The under is up to 45.5. Actually, I got 43.5 this morning.
Probably because of Burrow.
You're right. Probably because of Burrow. That would make sense. So I'm riding the 43.5. You can do that with me if you'd like. But my favorite prop today is actually a Matthew Stafford interception. At minus 117 is what I found it at earlier. I did boost this on the Green Book to plus 120. So a little plus chicken on Stafford interception. I still like it at minus 117. I would lay the juice on this. This dude is going to be throwing the ball plenty. And when he does, he ends up throwing a pick. Dating back to last season, including the 2 games this season, if Matt Stafford throws the ball 34 or more times, which he's done in 9 games, he throws a pick. Every single one of those games with that many attempts, he throws a pick. He lets one slip away. He's thrown a pick with less attempts, and he's thrown multiple pick games. But 34 attempts, he has a pick. That's the magic number for him. I think they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. I think this is going to be a tough, hard-nosed game that the Bengals might win. I don't necessarily have a side, but it's hard to imagine them starting 0-3, especially at home. But I think the Rams passed the ball plenty. Matt Stafford, he had 2 picks against the 49ers last weekend. Prior to that, he had gone 4 straight games without throwing an interception. But before that, he had 8 picks in 6 games. This dude's just kind of a pick machine. So I'm going to take it tonight against the Bengals.
I don't hate this. I bet on Deshaun Watson to throw a pick this weekend, and he looked like fucking Tom Brady. So that was tough. But this is a good look. They are going to be throwing the ball a shit ton.
I'm also kicking myself because I was going to take Garoppolo interception last night for about the same price, minus 120. I ended up not 2 of them. So on interception props this year, if you do want the numbers to back it up, you boys 3-1. So we'll hope to make it 4-1 today.
Let's make it 4.
Yes,
and yes, Vital, to bounce right off of that, who is he going to be throwing to? My favorite play in this game, I already talked about it earlier this week, so if you guys tuned in, and I got apparently, I haven't looked at the live line, I got a very good number here.
Definitely.
So I got Puka Nacua over 60, it's not 63.6, 63.5 receiving yards, minus 125 was the number I got for this. I posted it on my Twitter if you guys saw that. Give me a follow at Sweatpant Jesus. Posted this play. It's 2-unit play for me. I don't care that he's banged up. He was banged up last week and he had 20 targets, caught 15 of them for 147 yards. This is one of those plays where if he gets banged up and he doesn't play, whatever, who cares? It's football, shit happens. But this line is too good to not take. I laddered it all the way up to 100 plus yards for this guy. Was over plus 300. I can't remember the numbers in front of me right now. But I laddered it all the way up to 100. I posted it on my Twitter earlier this week. The guy has 35 targets in the first 2 weeks of the season. I'll read you guys the numbers again because they're just astounding. 10 catches, 15 targets week 1 for 119 yards. Last week, 15 catches for 20 on 20 targets for 147 yards. The Bengals also are allowing the 23rd most passing yards in the NFL so far this season. No Cup, obviously, but there's this. We talked about it a little bit before. Matthew Stafford, as you said, is going to be slinging the rock. I think that this is definitely one of those situations where they know that if they're going to win this game, it's going to be Stafford throwing the ball 45 to 50 times possibly. Who's he going to throw the ball to? Puka Nacua has established himself as a trust source for Matthew Stafford. He's a security blanket. If you watch the routes that he runs, because I watched tape on this dude, he's not running burners. He's not running go routes. He's running like 5-yard ins. He's running crossing patterns. He's running some of those just 6-yard digs, 4-yard outs. He's running all those option routes that Cooper Kupp runs in this offense. And Matthew Stafford's just putting it on him almost every time. It's insane. I think that if he has another big game, if he has another 100 plus, we won't see this. It would probably be a 75-yard line next week, or higher even. But our group chat was asking about this play earlier because it's so public, and the line does make zero sense. It's very fishy. But sometimes in the prop market, you got to just roll with it. Because look what happened over the weekend. Justin Jefferson, chalky, he had 100 plus. Tyreek Hill, chalky, he had 100, 200 yards. Keenan Allen, chalky, he had 200 yards. I mean, sometimes it's not. Yeah, so here we'll talk about this a little bit. So SPJ, I think it's weird that the line is opened at 5.5 and only got bumped due to the money coming in on it, obviously because everyone thinks it's free based on the last 2 weeks. I know he can hit his yards without hitting his receptions, but I feel like it's a Monday night trap. Hovey, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, I agree with that logic. Absolutely.
I don't disagree with the logic. However, I'm a bettor of numbers, and I like betting statistics. If you have a guy that has 35 targets and a pass-happy offense in the first 2 weeks of the season, do you think that he's just going to have 0 targets the next week? I'm going to ride with that. Do I think that you could be very smart in this situation? I think so. I'm definitely not taking the under. Absolutely not. Yeah, I think you're right, Adam. I just don't think they know how to set his line appropriately because he's a rookie. They don't know how to do it. They got bumped by like almost 20 yards from last week, his line.
Right.
They can't bump it. They can't bump it higher because they want people to still take it. But for me, the line stood out to me early this week. As soon as it dropped, I took it. It's bumped a lot. I still like it at 72.5 if you want to take it there. I think he could flirt with 100 again. If he doesn't, yeah, Puka on the payroll if he doesn't hit this week, industry plant. Yeah, facts. I could see him getting 12 to 15 plus targets again. If you watch this team play, it's him, Tutu Atwell, and Kyron Williams coming out of the backfield that Matthew Stafford's going to throw the ball to. Like, that's who he throws the ball to. And as long as he plays the whole game, I just give it to me. I love it. I loved it earlier this week. I love it even more now that everyone's kind of sussed on it. So I already had the beans in it earlier, so it doesn't matter what everyone thinks about it because I got it. I booked it Thursday or whenever. Gotcha. I forgot that he was playing Monday night, and I was like, "Ooh, I have a great play for the weekend." And I was like, oh, "Shit, I have to wait till Monday with these almost 3 units locked up." But anyway, whatever.
Rough.
Yeah, shit happens. Yeah, that's what I got. Good points in chat. And again, this is one of those plays that if you want to lay off of it, go for it. I would not suggest taking the under unless you like pain, because it's going to be sweaty, and you'll know probably pretty early on. Because I'm telling you, dude, if he's healthy and he plays this whole game, Matthew Stafford is going to target this guy.
He's going to find him that many times. Yeah, no doubt.
He's going to find him. So it's just if you don't like it because you think it's too public, just stay off of it. Don't take the under. Dear God. Watch him and I joked about it. Watch him have 3 catches for 20 yards, and they look really smart. But he's due for some positive regression. We love that word around here.
For sure.
Okay. With all that being said, let's cook a lotto. Like I said before we got started, actually moving forward, guys, just so you know, we're going to start cooking our lottos on Bovada. And we are going to do that on the screen with you guys, show you guys that. And not only because we have deals with Bovada at bettingnews.com, but Bovada actually has the best ways to cook lottos. And I mean, both of us can press all the buttons on all the books. They had the best situation for lotto booking, which was not the case originally for Bovada.
No,
but now
came a long way.
You can do you can ladder. You can literally ladder everything. Yeah. And it's pretty nice.
Combine everything. They have competing lines. It's come a long way. Before we get into that, can I sell one of my early lines in the college football slate?
Oh, of course. You can also talk about some baseball play if you want to. I forgot you had that.
Nah, just go read the scribbles on the baseball play.
Okay. Peep the scribbles.
But
yeah, go
this new thing I'm doing is just an early line look article for the college football lines. And these lines move all week, so it is important to kind of look at them Monday, Tuesday, get your bets in if you find a right number, which I already have. I've got a 2-unit play already locked in for this college football weekend. It is the Oklahoma Sooners minus 19.5 I'm laying 20 points with the Sooners. This line's up to 20.5 pretty much everywhere else. I don't expect it to be south of 22-23 by kickoff. I think they're going to be laying a full 3 touchdowns for sure. They're at home facing a beat up bad Iowa State football team. I think the Sooners are just flat out the better team here and blow Iowa State out of the water. Again, I saw 19.5 early when I was looking at this. So I hopped on it expecting this to be 21-22, maybe even 23 by kick. The Sooners at home looking to go undefeated and make a college football playoff. I love them in this spot against the Cyclones who have a lot of issues going on that they need to figure it out.
And see, this is get in early. This is the point that Shaggy's doing this piece because a lot of these lines will move by the end of the week.
They move early. Like they're pretty much set by Thursday, Friday when you're looking to bet them. So if you do want to get the best line in some situations, yeah, you got to pay attention early.
Absolutely. And yes, Vital, just so you know, there's a link in the chat right there. We do have affiliate deals with Bovada. You guys can get involved. If you don't already have a Bovada account, you get some nice bonus and things like that, and you can cook a lotto like we're about to do right now.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, go check out Shaggy's piece. A couple other early lines on there. He's going to talk about them later this week. But if you want to beat the line, get involved. All right, where do we want to start? I know Chef is on. Let's go, dude. All right, so we've got Chef likes Evans, 80 or
Mike
90
Evans.
plus. So we can start with Evans because I like Evans too.
Okay.
But Chef, if you're still in here, how do you feel about laddering his receptions? Because on Bovada instead of on FD in comparison, you can actually ladder receptions.
I need to go to at least. So let's see.
Yeah.
Receiving yards for Evans. 82 is plus 127. 92 is plus 164. If we went receptions for Evans, 7 would be plus 221.
What's 6? Plus plus 120 or something?
116.
Yeah. We got to do the yards then, probably.
Yeah, let me hold on.
If you go over to on the screen, go to sports on the top left.
I gotta go prop builder, right?
Yeah, but if you click on in the top left, go back to the regular screen, the home screen, and then go to see where it says sports, right? Oh, yeah, okay.
Right here.
Yeah,
sports?
bottom left. No, bottom left now. Props builder.
Props builder. There we go. Bing bong.
There you go.
I'm not used to the desktop on this bad boy.
Yeah, I know it's a little different. Okay, I'll answer for Chef. He loves those plus money, please. Okay, good. Are you guys together, Paul? Or are you guys just connected in the brain?
They're just connected. That. Yes, Adam, my guy. I just bet this because it's moving. It's already at 2.5. I love it. Freddie, what are we doing, man? We're making.
That's why you get in the line early. All right, so yeah, so go over to receiving.
Gotcha.
Yep. There you go.
Yep. It was right there.
No, I think we're gonna.
Oh, you want to do the yards? We're doing the yards.
I think so. Yeah, I think we have to. I don't like 7 as much. He's only had 6 and 2 straight. I mean, he's had a lot of targets, but I think the yards is a better look.
82's plus 127, 92's plus 164.
God, we'd have to bet on the 100.
102 for plus 233. What do you think? Dude, I mean, so we're going to have to kind of rethink our lotto parameters when it comes to 2 football games on a slate. Like, I guess we could
get to plus 10,000.
Right. And it's just hard to get plus 200 on every leg just because you're asking for so much in one specific game, you know?
Let's do the 90 plus then.
Okay. It's 92 plus.
That's fine. Let's do the 92 plus 164.
Cool.
Okay, so that's just click back. There we go. Yeah. I am fully invested on Puka, and I'm down to ride that in this too.
Okay, his yards.
Yep, or his receptions. Okay. I like the yards a little better though.
Okay,
for the value.
Yards for Puka, 95 plus 120, 105 plus 164, 115 plus 242.
Oh God, I got such better value earlier this week.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I really think that. What do you think, chat? Would you rather do the yards or the receptions? What's his receptions look like?
Receptions, if we go Puka.
Puka?
9 for plus 156 and 10 for plus 250.
Good God. I mean, the guy's had 12 and 15 catches in 2 straight weeks, so I don't know. What do you think? What is your thought about it? I mean, all the numbers I do. I've talked about it. So
yeah.
He's not really a burner. Like, he's not going to go crazy on the yards. He can get some yak for sure, but like, I lean maybe the receptions.
I think the 9+ receptions. I think we stick there.
Okay, I'm into that. 9+. Okay. Vito likes Higbee. Okay. I don't think the Bengals can sustain drives, and I think Puka receptions is the way to go. Okay. I dig 9. We're good with 9. Cool. Chad agrees. Let's go.
Cool.
All right, so we've got 9 receptions for Puka. We've got 92+ yards for Mike Evans.
Yep.
Nice little cheeky two-teamer to get us started. Do you want to go with? Do you think Matt Stafford throws 2 picks?
Is that a thing? Can you do 2 picks for Stafford?
I think you can.
Plus 300.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that is wild.
Hurts to score 2 touchdowns. I kind of like that. He did it last week.
Hurts to score 2 touchdowns.
I also like the Baker Mayfield's attempts look from Adam, and you can ladder attempts on here.
Mayfield attempts.
Yeah.
36+ for plus 104, 37+ for plus 137, 38 for plus 177. How much is he going to be hucking the ball?
Or we could go with Stafford attempts. That's a terrible number.
That's a terrible number.
Line. Okay, we're not taking it.
I kind of like Stafford attempts, actually.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. Kind of fits in with the logic as well.
37 for plus 104, 38 for plus 116.
39.
39, yeah. Maybe 39. Plus 129.
Okay, I'm into it.
Okay.
Kind of ties into what we're looking at so far. It's going to take a second for the odds to load, but it'll load. Kyren Williams receptions. That's an interesting look too.
He's going to be their only back.
Yeah. I mean, it's him and Puka catching the ball. I mean, Atwell's there too, but and Higbee.
Yeah, they really haven't utilized Van Jefferson either.
He had 6 last week.
5 for plus 143.
You down with that, Adam? I don't know anything. I like the play. I think it's good, but I don't have any stats on this one. What do you think, Adam? Do you like the 5 for plus 143? I kind of like that, just based on his usage, his involvement.
Yeah,
he's had two touchdowns in 2 straight games.
Right. Three of those were rushing.
What's his touchdown?
It's not, or actually, I did look at it. It was it's minus 121. Yeah.
Sheesh. Good straight bet if you want to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I like the receptions. I like the 5+. Adam's not answering, but I do think that Stafford's going to be throwing him the ball. So we've got that.
So we got Evans, 92 receiving yards, Puka, 9 receptions, Stafford, 39 passing attempts, and then Kyren Williams, 5 receptions.
That feels pretty nice.
Yeah. All plus 150-ish range.
Not bad. Like it. Just don't see a lot of the value on the plus money. Yeah, I mean, it's the same. Honestly, but if you look at regular lines for a lot of these, it's pretty standard. Pretty much the same. From what I've seen, some of them I haven't looked at all of these lines, obviously on other books, but just from what I can tell, it's the odds aren't loading, but I'm sure that I would assume. I'm gonna guess that this is around plus 3,000.
I wonder if I have to log in for it to.
I think you do.
I think so.
It's plus 625. Is it really?
Is it really?
That can't be plus. It's got to be more than plus 625. I think it's probably maybe plus 6250 is what he meant. It's JK. I do like those lines though. I think that's where we leave that.
Cool.
The other question is, so a little lotto for you guys. I'm transparency. I'm gonna put $5 on that. Whatever the official line is on. I'm gonna cook that up when we get out of here and finish that. I will post it as well on the page if you guys want to get involved too. Do you want to do a little 2-teamer?
Oh yeah,
just with our two favorite plays.
Absolutely.
Is yours Stafford interception?
Yeah. Stafford pick for sure.
I'm gonna ride with Evans over 4.5 receptions.
Good, because sometimes you can't same game parlay a interception. So
yeah, I thought it was nice to have beans in both games too.
Right. Definitely.
So our 2-teamer for you guys is Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions. It's our PODs. Over 4.5 receptions, and then Matthew Stafford to throw an interception. That's probably plus 300-ish, I would imagine.
Yeah, let me. I guess I can just do that on the old FanDuel app.
Yeah, can do that separately.
All right. We had 92 receiving yards for Evans. Mm-hmm. We had 9 receptions for Puka. Where's that? We had 5 receptions for Kyron. And then we had Matt Stafford's attempts to 39. Just double the odds, plus 2,200 for that parlay.
That'll pay. $5. Let's go. $5 pays like, I don't know, $120.
$5 pays $115.
There you go. W math.
It was right in front of me. They did it for me.
I did it with my brain. With my noggin.
Look at you. All right, so you had Evans receiving receptions. Yeah. 4.5 plus 102.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a Matthew Stafford interception at minus 138 on FanDuel, plus 248. All right, let's see if I can get that better. Hold the
line
phone.
shot,
all
people.
Right,
it's important.
I'm booking this lotto, plus 2,200. Shebang.
Yep, I will book that literally as soon as we get out of here.
And then, let me see what I can do with this Bucks. Mike Evans.
While he's figuring that out, guys, just a reminder to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate housekeeping. Housekeeping. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us today for your afternoon Betspresso. We will take 2 days off. We will not be live tomorrow or Wednesday. I know, sad times, but eventually we will have Betspresso every day of the week. We'll get there. We'll be back with you guys Thursday, talking all about Thursday night football, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday next week. So a couple days off, and then we'll be back in business back on Thursday. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. I will be posting the lotto and the 2-teamer from me and Shaggy on the Betting News account. So go give us a follow on Twitter at Your Betting News. If you're watching on Twitter as well, thanks so much for watching. Come watch us on Twitch. It's a little bit of a better experience. You get to put your play on the screen, just like Vital did right here. It's a fun time. But if you're watching on Twitter and that's where you're watching, we appreciate you hanging out with us regardless. If you're watching on YouTube, go give us a follow, subscribe, click on the little like button. We appreciate all of the follows, all the supports. Go read the scribbles at bettingnews.com. Go check it. We got a lot of new stuff actually that's going to be rolling into bettingnews.com. We're about to have new picks pages and everything else. It's going to be exciting times. So be sure to hang out with all of us. Yep. Don't worry, Vital. We got the digital hugs. It's all good.
Plus 269 on the green book for that 2-teamer.
I like that number.
Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions at plus 105, and a Matt Stafford pick for minus 125, plus 269 on the green book.
Beauty. So those are the 2 plays we cooked up for you guys today, obviously with straight bets that we have already put out there. Go follow my man Shaggy Bets at Shaggy_Bets on the Twitter machine or the X machine. Go give me a follow as well at Sweatpant Jesus. The X machine doesn't sound the same.
Doesn't sound right.
Don't like that. Not at all.
Don't like that.
And you do not like that.
Nice.
And go give us a follow on the X/Twitter machine at Your Betting News. We'll be back with you guys on Thursday. Thanks so much for stopping by today and hanging out with us. We appreciate your support. We appreciate the love as always. Shaggy, any final words for these beautiful people?
No, you are
gonna do it.
You are beautiful people. Let's all have a friendly Monday night.
Let's not fight again.
No, yep, not gonna do it.
Oh, we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little antsy, a little on edge.
It's okay. It's all good, buddy. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for stopping by. You came for the winners and you stayed for the immaculate vibes. We'll see you on Thursday. Peace.
Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the down in the
Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here.
rolling.
What you gonna do?
Rolling.
What you gonna do, man?
Down in the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about